Wow. So now it's official. The Kanye Beyonce beef is now official. It's out in the public eye. So let me tell y'all what the public don't know. This has been going on for years. What, we in 2016? For 3 years. Three whole years, this beef has been going on. Beyonce is one of the main factors in the friction between Jay-Z and Kanye West. Let me take you through it. Let me clear my throat. Let me clear my throat. No. Anyway, it all started back when Kanye and Kim started dating. That's when this riff really hit its like full steam ahead, because Kanye is upset from that time when you see the picture where they all sitting together. Beyonce won't engage with Kim in no type of conversations or anything else. So they turn their heads to them and start talking to other people. Ye was like, man, Kim told Kanye, like, Beyonce hasn't said anything to me. So Ye brought it up to Jay. And, Jay was, that's just how B is. She don't know her, but, it's early. It's early. It's early. Let's see how long you with this chick, Then they get married, they was finna come to the wedding and all of this. And Jay and them had to pull out because of the elevator incident. They called and explained, and Kanye was still hurt that they didn't even show up. Like, they didn't even make the trip out there. He was like, man, you could just make the trip out here, and that's that. And what people don't realize is Kanye got a lot of Chicago in him when it comes to, like, friendship and loyalty and all that stuff. Chicago dudes are a lot different. Not like these 20-year-old dudes. We talking about the dudes in their 30s, The loyalty factor is a little different, especially with people they consider their friends. We don't take betrayal too well. It's like it really means something. Where Jay looking at it like, dude, I'm cool with you. We work together. I'm cool. We friends, but on that level only. That don't mean you're going to be in every aspect of my life. Now, here's where the problems start to ensue. They had the business they were doing in Hawaii. They record their albums out there. One, because it's more or less than likely your songs will be leaked if you guys are, recording it out in Hawaii. Or somewhere where it's, isolated. So they got everybody down there in Hawaii that they need to be working with, because they don't want to be sending music back and forth to people and letting people put vocals on it. That's how it get leaked. So they got everybody in Hawaii. Kim and Kanye out in Hawaii. And Beyonce ends up showing up. Jay was already there. Beyonce showed up later. When Jay said she wasn't even going to come, then she come there, and she was working on her album, Beyonce, at the time. And then they were doing Drunken Love, and Kanye later on went and remixed it, but they were already working on her album, what they was finna do, for her joint. And Kanye was like, man, me and Kim, we out here, y'all could, bring Blue, and this and that over the baby and all this stuff, just talking about hanging out, them getting to know each other, and my wife and this and that, and they were like, okay, yeah, we'll meet up later. The meetup never happened. Now, while they recording this album, Jay and Kanye get into a big argument where all of these things start coming up, right along with the fact, because Jay talks about it, and I told you guys about it with Timbaland, and the fact that they argued for 4 straight days about what should be on the Magna Carta album, which Jay was working on at the time, and what should be on Kanye's album at the time. Because they were both doing Watch the Throne, and they were doing their own solo projects at the same time. So My Dark Twisted Fantasy is being worked on the same time they're doing Watch the Throne, and then they're doing the Magna Carta at the same time. So while Jay is working on the Magna Carta album, he already did the songs with Timbaland and got Justin Timberlake and Holy Grail on there. So that's why they ended up changing the title to Magna Carta Holy Grail. Because he told them, look, this is the theme song of the album. And then they was like, that's the name of the title. That's why I gotta keep it there. It's the title song, Magna Carta Holy Grail. And he was like, you never said that title before. Well, I'm telling you now, it's Magna Carta Holy Grail. So the album became Magna Carta to Magna Carta Holy Grail. Just so that they can keep that song on the album and Kanye would shut up. Now, that thing is averted. They move forward. Everything's being done on the album. Kanye's got this idea. You know how he bounces ideas out in the studio? He wants more of a visual album. You know, it's like retrospective. That's what he wanted. My Dark Twisted Fantasy. You know, that's how he sees it. Like, this is what I see it as. You know, this is my type of album. Where it's just visual with the videos is all like flawless. You know, it's like all this contraceptive stuff and all this different ideas. They was like, it's a bad idea, Ye. Don't do it, Ye. It's a bad idea. You really think so? I think the people ain't gonna accept that from you, Ye. Don't you do it. And they were like, wow, you know, okay, I guess maybe I shouldn't do it then. Yeah, you don't want to go out there like that. If you go out there and do that and then they fail and blah, 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 you don't want to do that. Your fans are not going to follow that. And all a visual album is like finding the beauty in imperfection. You know, that's what the album is supposed to be about. My Dark Twisted Fantasy. But next thing you know, Beyonce album comes out. And boom, there it is. Beyonce comes out with this creative visual album. Whoa. Did you guys see the Beyonce XO video? Oh my God, it's so creative. I've never seen Beyonce like this. This is like incredible. This Drunken Love, No Angel. What is this? Wow. Wow. Completely ripped off Ye's idea. They talk Kanye out of doing it so that they can go and steal it and do it for themselves. This right here should have ended the entire spectrum of anything working together with them. But Ye is a team player. Kanye is a team player. He believes so much that I'm reaching. These my brothers, this is that. You know, I'm going to reach out to them and I'm going to work with them. That's what he wanted to do. That's how he wanted it to play out. And it just didn't work out. Every time Kanye West keep extending his hand, saying, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, you know, they stab him in the back. They let him do the remix to Drunk in Love because they was like, we screwed Kanye. We screwed him on this album. We stole his concept and rolled with it. And now it was the biggest successful album of its time. Completely accepted. And that's what Dark Twisted Fantasy was supposed to be. That's why Kanye got like a 35-minute video for Runaway. You remember that? Because he was trying to do that. But he said, I'll just do it on a smaller scale because people want me to pull it back. He made those sacrifices so that the Beyonce album could breathe. And when he made that sacrifice, you know, see what happened. So then they have the award shows coming up, and then they're having they had a party that they threw for Beyonce's mom. Kanye's in town, everybody else is in town, but again, Kanye's feeling a certain way because they haven't included Kim in anything. They didn't even invite them to the Tina Knowles party. Blew up. So now he's done. Like, I'm not even talking to him no more. So when they come up with this idea for Tidal, that's when Jay talked Kanye like, we're going to be a part owner. We're going to have our own streaming service. We're going to, telling you, we finna make, this is huge. So he talked to everybody's involved. Drake was even involved. Drake was like, cool, I'm down with it. Then Apple came with a better deal, and then he's like, I'm out. You're out? Yep. I know I said I was going to do it, but they came with this many million. Now, if you give me enough percentage to bounce that back, and they were like, nah, you might as well go and take that Apple deal then. All right, I'm up. So Apple offered Kanye a deal too. They offered everybody deals. Drake went with Apple. Kanye showed his loyalty, like, I'm going to stick it out with Jay. That's my brother. You know, this is a good idea. We're going to stick it out here. We're going to make it. Then we've seen what happened. We've seen what happened. The Life of Pablo. It was exclusively on Tidal. It got leaked, bootlegged, whatever you want to call it, before the release date. Everybody pretty much had the album, and then other people couldn't get the album. So it was totally sabotaged, and it wasn't distributed right. People don't know what the lead single is off the album. You have no real promotion for this album. But yet it debuted at #1 when it came out, and then it died off real soon before Apple had a chance to even touch it. And then when they did, it just was thrown up there. So people was hearing songs later like, wow, Kanye had some hits on here. Why this didn't get no light? Why that didn't get no light? because Jay screwed him up. He cost Kanye millions of dollars. Screwed everything up. And all Kanye asked for was like, man, let's just be brothers. I thought we were brothers, man. So, after the situation, when they had Kanye at the award ceremony, I'm going back to where Beck won Album of the Year. That was the last time Beyonce and Kanye actually had a conversation. Like a real conversation. Like he was able to talk to her. He thought everything was cool. She took that picture. They had Kim Kardashian in the picture. Beyonce was upset. And she tried to get the picture removed behind closed doors. She did not want to be seen in that picture with John Legend, her, Kanye, and Kim. Because some people were cropping it. Was like Kim was dressed up better than Beyonce. She was shutting Beyonce down. Beyonce don't want that. She don't want her name and Kim Kardashian's name in the same headlines. Whether it's her or her team, they don't like it. So they like it's bad for her image to have her name put in the same sentence with Kim Kardashian. It's not a good look for Beyonce. So now, fast forward it back to what's going on now. The award show was the MTV Awards. Beyonce only comes out when she knows she's about to win the award. She did not sit out with the crowd, which was live. Kanye was keeping everybody live, but he was doing this on purpose because at this time they weren't speaking and nobody knew it, but they really wasn't speaking to each other. He was a bit upset because Beyonce's album got leaked. I mean, didn't get leaked where all the other albums got leaked, but Beyonce's didn't get leaked. How did Beyonce album get protected, but The Life of Pablo didn't? Everybody else's albums that was on Tidal, they got leaked, not Beyonce. Her album didn't get leaked. Like, so okay, how did that happen? Is it coincidence your wife's album don't get leaked? And you running Tidal? Then you blocking me from doing the album with Drake, Watch the Throne? When Watch the Throne originally was Drake and Kanye? And then you wanted to do the album with Kanye and not Drake? So, this is back when they was recording off that. And you was like, nah, me and you should do the album. It would make more sense. Then you could do the album later. So Kanye told Drake, let me do this album with Jay. Then we'll get back to that. And here they are finna do the Watch the Throne 2, the album that was supposed to be Kanye and Drake. And Jay's blocking it from happening. Now, all the emotions of this starting to blow over. And that's why Kanye was so, at the MTV, so interactive with the crowd, going up and down, talking to people. And Beyonce didn't want to sit out there. Because she don't want to be associated with Kanye and Kim. They're not speaking. So, the rumor comes out, how do Beyonce know she's finna win? And now everybody's speaking on the politics behind closed doors. That Beyonce sets up this stuff to win. And then Kanye just made it public on the stage. And then Beyonce, surprisingly drops that single about her father on the same day. You think that's a coincidence? It's damage control. But now Kanye know he just committed career suicide. Because if he think he can go back to Jay right now, it ain't like that. Beyonce ain't gonna want you back over there. And when Beyonce don't want you back, believe me, you already know, yeah? It's a done dealer. She got a lot of power and pull over there. But now everything's been made public. So now you'll see it all unfold and you'll know what this is truly about. It's your boy Carcino. I'm out. Don't forget to subscribe to the playlist. And it's these funny boxes with videos in them. You can click those too. I'm out.